Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be giving a reading for this full moon in Leo. For this full moon in Leo, this is all about following your heart, listening to your heart, accessing what's your heart's desires. This is a good time to put forth any sort of action plans that you have for yourself regarding maybe a love interest, relationship, job interest, getting a new job, anything that is calling you, calling your spirit, calling your soul. And this full moon in Leo is also a big shift for a lot of us. Starting new things, ending things, starting a new phase in our lives, allowing ourselves to listen to our heart. Because a lot of times our mind overshadows what our heart wants. But this time of this full moon in Leo, this gives us the passion, the drive, the understanding that, yes, for so long I have done kind of what my mind wants because my mind was too fearful of the unknown. But following your heart is trusting your intuition, trusting that there is success on the other side. This is also a time for you to reconnect with loved ones, with family members, for you to revitalize your relationships with your partners. Just all about the heart chakra. Is there any more I need to say? I think I've said it all. For the crystal that I have, this is a rose quartz. This is for your heart, for the heart chakra, I'm sorry. For love, compassion, understanding, understanding yourself, understanding how to relate to the people around you. This is compassion, self-love, unconditional love. Hopefully I wasn't repeating myself. Yeah. And then I also have this heart chakra candle. And what's so interesting about this full moon in Leo, it perfectly lines up with Valentine's Day that's coming up. So let's just get into the reading. I'm going to shuffle a little bit. This is hopefully, let's hope that my cat does not become loud and obnoxious. Like I always say, like, she's always crying like that because she has pretty bad separation anxiety with me. I rescued her from like a really awful home. In that home, she ended up losing one of her arms and all the other cats were attacking her. So yeah, she's had a rough start in life. So now that she's with me, like, she's gets super angsty and she has a bit of anxiety, and also she's in heat right now. So that's another reason why she's screaming and out of control. So maybe one day I'll let her in the video for a few moments because she wants to be in here. But yeah, another thing, I'm not sure if any of you would have any advice for this, but like I said, my cat has pretty bad separation anxiety. So now what she does is she kind of like pulls the hair out of her neck and she scratches it so it causes like a scab on her neck. If any of you have any suggestions what I can do to kind of help soothe her, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so, and her name is Nova, so maybe one day I will allow her to be in here. Alright, let's get started. What's in store for the collective for this full moon in Leo? I just heard detachments, letting go of relationships, letting go of friendships, letting go of jobs that are no longer serving you. We get the Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Cups reversed, Strength, and Three of Wands. Wow, this is I love this reading. I love this reading already. And at the bottom of the deck, we get the Nine of Cups. Already what I'm seeing here is finding the strength to push past illusions, to push past uncertainty, to push past options, to move forward, to plan for the future, to nurture yourself and to do what's best for you. You know, finding your stability, knowing what your purpose is and finding ways to achieve that purpose. Waiting for blessings, waiting for things to come into your life, having the strength to be patient, having the strength to follow your heart. And it's funny that the Strength card comes out because that's a fire sign, if I'm not mistaken. You know what, I'm not even gonna say anything because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But anyways, this is finding the strength to go after your passions, to find your way, to find your truth, to find what you need. Okay, let's clarify this Queen of Pentacles. We get the Page of Wands. Sorry. That was reversed, but almost. The Six of Swords in reverse. And the Two of Swords. At the moment, there may be a little bit of stalemate, or in the past, there could have been some staleness, could have been some blockages. But I see you pushing past that. I see you putting aside your fears, putting aside your doubts, putting aside anything that was holding you back in the past so that you can move forward. Because with this Page of Wands, there's all these ideas, all this passion, excuse me, all this life, all this abundance that is stirring around in you, and all these ideas, like I said, and all this energy to move forward. And the pages are always the beginning stages of growing something. And maybe you may need to take a pause for a little bit of a minute to gather your thoughts, to write down your ideas, to figure out how to move forward in your passions. But I see movement regardless. You're pushing past fears, you're pushing past self-doubt. Clarify this Cups in reverse. Oh, wow. Queen of Cups. Following your heart, following your intuition. Nine of Swords reverse, pushing past. Still having that anxiety, but not allowing that to hold you back. And Page of Swords. Doing your research. Communicating what you want. Communicating that you're going to move forward. Doing your research on how to move forward. With this Page of Cups, with this Queen of Cups, this is all about following your heart, following your emotions, following your intuition, and not allowing your anxiety or maybe your depression or maybe your just self-doubts to hold you back. Because anxiety is one of the biggest ways we all hold ourselves back, because we allow our fears to become bigger than ourselves. But when you allow yourself to tap into your heart and to really listen to what your heart wants you to do, then you'll definitely move forward. You just have to have the strength and the courage. Let's clarify this Strength card. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords on the reverse, and Five of Swords. So, there could possibly be a new job offer, or maybe you walked away from a job, or just a new opportunity coming your way. With this Ace of Swords being in reverse, there, even though maybe a new offer, maybe you walked away from a job, maybe it caused a lot of unclear, maybe it calls for things to be unclear, and that's where you're going to have to use your strength to push through that. Because sometimes we have to be a little unclear and a little foggy while we move forward. Because that's what it's all about when you follow your heart. Because you don't know what's at the end. You don't know what's on the other side of you following your heart. It's the unknown. And that's where you have to use your strength, use your courage, use your will. And it's all about, how much do I want this? If I want it, with this Five of Swords, I'm willing to fight. This is you willing to fight for what you want. Mentally, physically. And I'm not saying, go and fight somebody. But what I mean is fighting past people that are downing you. Fighting past people who think you can't do it. Fighting past people who think you can't make it. And fighting past people who think you are making the wrong decision and making unwise decisions. You following your heart, your soul and your intuition knows what to do, knows what the end result's going to be. It's just the mind can't comprehend, because the mind is there to protect. The heart is there to satisfy. So there could possibly be some pushback from others, but this is, again, under the Strength card. Having the strength to move past it, having the strength to move forward. Let's clarify this Three of Wands. Two of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Judgment card. Yeah. So definitely, of course, there's going to be confusion in moving forward. There's definitely going to be people who are trying to compete with you, trying to one-up you, jealous of you. Because being jealous of someone who follows their heart is common. Because following your heart is very difficult. Excuse me. And making the decision to not listen and to push through all of that and push aside all of those people, that's going to ultimately lead you to your success, because you fought, you didn't give up, and you proved to yourself how strong you are, how strong your willpower is. And once you achieve that, there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't do. And with this Judgment card, this is you making the decision and answering the call to move forward, to plan for what you want, and to succeed in what you want. So overall, this reading is basically saying, don't listen to your mind. Listen to your mind, but don't listen to the self-doubts. Don't listen to the people who think you can't make it. Don't listen to the people that think that you're foolish for following your heart. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. Because a lot of times listening to your intuition always looks foolish to other people, but you always end up in the place where you want to be at. Okay. I'm going to pull some guidance cards. I should have had those ready, but I didn't, unfortunately. Excuse me. Every morning, because it's, I think, like 8 in the morning right now. Every morning, my throat is dry as hell, because I like to sleep with my room being really cold. So my throat is always dry and raspy. But every morning, I have my tea. Okay. What guidance do we have for the collective? already. Bright future. Hopefully you're able to see that. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Exactly what I was saying. Push past your doubts. Push past the people who think you can't do it. Because everything is going to be fine. This is a message for me right now as well. So, something that I'm going through myself. Having to follow my heart, having to follow my intuition. And I've been struggling with this for a few weeks because I'm kind of scared to do it, but I know I need to, and I'm going to do it. It's just, and I'm a Taurus, so we're slow movers. So me knowing what I have to do and then me having the courage to do it, that's always my lesson. So that's kind of my lesson right now of what I'm learning. What's what's the guidance for this full moon Leo? Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Demand your time and energy. Blooming. You are just getting started. You are just getting started. So have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. This is a message for me too, and all of us. Like, follow your heart. We all know what we want to do. We all know what our intuition is saying. We all know what our gut is telling us to do. But us doing it is always the biggest challenge, and it's always the biggest lesson that we have to learn, because there's going to be so many times in our life where we're going to have to listen to our intuition, or we're going to have to listen to our gut. And time again, we're going to have to learn that lesson. To trust God, to trust our spirit guides, to trust the universe, to trust that they all have our back and have our best interest in mind. Yeah, it may look bleak at the moment. Yeah, it may look difficult. And it may look like nothing's going to get better, but things always get better. Things have to get worse before they get better. You just have to weather the storm. And let's see. And we have inner wisdom. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Just dropped one of the cards. There's one more card that Spirit wants me to pull out, but let me read this one first. Inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action. Yes. Again, like I said, our soul and our intuition always know what we need to do. All the answers are always within us. But we just have to take action. We just have to do it. It's difficult, yes. But we have to do it. And it's always worth it in the end. And the card that actually flew out of my hand that I was just picking up was, can you see? Expect a miracle. Okay. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We just have to keep pushing through because our blessing is on the other side. Our blessing is on the other side. I just made a post to Twitter. Just give me 1 second. I wrote it in my journal. And I want to read it to everyone. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. I made this post February 7th. Let's see. When things are rough, it's so hard to believe things will get better. It's so hard to be positive when everything around you seems so dark. It's so hard to see the blessing behind the struggle. But somehow you keep fighting even when you feel you can't fight any longer. And, you know, I've been going through a bit of a hard time for the past few months, and over these past 2 to 3 weeks, things have just amplified. Things have gotten a lot more difficult, and it's been hard for me to see what's on the other side of this struggle that I'm going through. But continuously fighting, continuously manifesting, continuously pushing myself forward and continuously allowing myself to feel the pain, but also remember that this pain is not permanent. This pain is here to teach me a lesson, for me to elevate in my soul, elevate my soul, elevate my soul and morning. I'm just going to chalk it up to the morning. It's just meant for me to elevate my soul and for me to grow emotionally and for me to gain more wisdom. But it's all about staying positive. Even though we are human beings, we all have those moments where we can't feel positive because things just seem so much bigger than us. But really, we are bigger than our struggles if we don't allow our struggles to take over us. Because there is a miracle coming. Expect a miracle. This miracle is coming. We just have to have the patience, have the drive, have the knowing that there is a bright future, that I am blooming, that I need to listen to my inner wisdom, and that boundaries do need to be set. It's just all one big lesson. So, yeah. Hopefully this reading resonated with everyone, because it definitely resonated with me. I needed to hear this as well. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.